Oof. Not gonna have great video quality because this web camera sucks. Anyways, welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is the scholars group, or this is the scholars that you're watching. Saga, one of their campaign, book 3, episode 15. If you are joining us for the first time ever tonight, we are playing Dungeons and Dragons. It is a role-playing game. Everything you're going to see is going to be live storytelling, and nothing is scripted. If you're under the age of 14 and you're watching, please consult your parents because you're going to see content that's inappropriate for you. If my web camera is fuzzy and bad, that's probably because I have the chroma key on also, in addition to having a sucktastic web camera right now. But we'll survive on that. Finally, is there anything else I need to go over? Oh, yeah. We are playing in a homebrewed world. It is the world of Ilderon. It's really cool. There's a website you can go and read about it. It's a campaign setting of our own creation. Just Google search Ilderon Tales and you'll see it, or you can go to ilderontales.com and there is a links there's a resources button at the top of the webpage, and you can go and read all about the world with all of those links there. Finally, if you are new to watching the live stream, it's super difficult for me to watch the YouTube live feed going on, just because of all the screens and stuff that I need up for dungeon mastering. And it's super easy for me to read Discord while I'm dungeon mastering. So don't type in the YouTube live feed, jump into the Discord, the link's in the description of this video, and you can type into the live campaign channel that should be like right over here, and then I'll see it, and in between me doing stuff, I'll likely respond to it. Otherwise, Brandon Echo Kennedy. Why is there an echo? What's going on here?
I don't really hear an echo.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I know why there's an echo.
Here we go. Ha! My broadcaster was picking up additional sound that I turned off. Alright, so the way I have the setup going right now, my tablet has a much better web camera and a much better web camera and a much better microphone in it. But I can't use the web camera on the tablet, but I can use the condenser microphone. So I have 2 Discord accounts in, and the broadcaster is picking up my Discord account from my laptop while I am, doing all the live stream shenanigans. All right. I think that's everything that I needed to go over. Thank God that Rob was watching. You know what? I had a message typed earlier, and I was going to say thank you, Rob, for all the work you did in the last recap, specifically pulling out the few names of some of the NPCs that I needed. But also, thank you at the top of this session for catching the audio issues. It's almost like there's a production team. Anyways.
The production team's name is Rob.
Yeah. Let's recap the last session. So last session started on the 28th of Noble, and it was a pretty contained session. The party was in the town of Ziwatecas as they had just been attacked by the Cape. They were preparing to try and engage the Cape in combat. The Cape is this strange undead thing that had been terrorizing the town and murdering dozens of people for nearly and upwards of 2 weeks, or nearly 2 weeks. So the party was trying to hunt down and figure out what this thing was and who it was and why it was doing what it was doing. And surprise, it attacked. The Cape attacked in Azaya, and after a pretty tough back and forth with the party, the Cape moving all over the town, killing a couple more people within the town, the party was able to take down the Cape. As they killed the person, the body became uninhabitable, with all of the damage it sustained. And standing in front of the party was this figure, Malanine, the Charge. And he claimed that a great that I believe the specific quote was, "You don't know what's been unleashed across these lands, and he won't stop until everybody in this area is killed," I believe, or something of that note. And he inhabited another body, contorted it to fit his needs, and ran off into the night. That said, the party was able to conclude that Malanine is probably some spiritual protector of the tomb that was recently opened near Ziwatecas, and they decided that the cape won't be completely dealt with until that tomb is. With that, they collected their payment for the job. They headed towards the outskirts of the town to the other side of the bay, to where the monastery was, to try and find a place to rest for the evening. After some negotiation, the master of the monastery let them inside and sent Azure down into the crypts to sleep for the night. Everybody else it was given rooms on the eastern side of the monastery. All right, so we are going to pick up from there tonight. Let's see. I think I'll start with Azure, and this isn't good. Don't like this. I don't have space for all the notes and stuff that I have out while I dungeon master. I've got an ironing board and a dinner tray, like as my desk here at this house, okay. But it's gonna be fine. All right. So Azure. Final note before we get started. Shelby is not going to be able to make tonight's session, so I will be controlling Nyoka. And my notes for Ziwatecas. Cool beans. All right. We are going to get started with Azure. And then we might be able to just fast forward through the rest of this night. And I forgot the last thing that every Dungeon Master needs, the handy dandy D20 and D100. All right, Azure.
Yes.
Going into these crypts, you are going to see there are about... Let's roll, actually. There are about a half dozen people already down here as you head downstairs. Each of these people have a workstation set up, at which point at each workstation they are crafting various things, tapestries, sewing together cloaks, and working on not paintings, but works of art with tiles, mosaics down here.
Okay.
As you step in, everybody is going to turn and look towards you, and there's kind of like a sharp moment of almost tension of where people are quiet before the first person you walk towards reaches out towards you, and then each of these other people are going to reach out towards you, and they are as you walk by, one of them's going to say, "Were you the latest sacrifice? Welcome to our ranks, brother.
I am here. Why do you call me a sacrifice?
They're going to look at each other and say, you're down here because you've given your life for another. Is that not true?
I have. The vengeance of another.
At which point they are going to kind of like murmur to each other, and as the door is closing at the top of the stairwell, it's going to send an echo down the hall, and let's see, evens, male, odds, female. The guy that was talking to you, he's gonna say, so the set of candidates out there, are they weaklings? Did they give up already?
When I arrived with is a sacrifice, and I am like you, here simply to rest on this level. You're here to work. I need to sleep.
They're going to nod. A couple more that have like crowded around you, getting ready to like ask questions as you say you need to sleep. They're going to back off a little bit, go back to their various stations. All right. Otherwise, everybody else in the monastery is led to. Everybody else is led to different beds and are able to find rooms on the eastern ward to sleep in. As far as Inaziah goes, Inaziah, Arnosul, you inform me, Inaziah's got a troubled mind as he lays down to rest for the night.
Actually, I have which way does the door open?
For this room?
Yeah.
Inward.
Does it open inward? Okay.
Yes.
I sleep in a chair up against the door.
Yeah. As far as anyone coming and, not knocking on your door or messing with your door, the night's pretty much going to pass uneventfully for you guys. That said, it is... Yes.
Kaith just wants to cast Sending before going to bed.
Okay.
To Candelabra, the pirate.
All right.
Oh,
Along the lines of, plan for mounting amphibious assault is underway. How far away are you from Kaitelis Falls?
Let's see. Candelabra is... When did you guys leave? That was 3 or 4 days ago, right?
Don't think it was that long, maybe.
Yeah, it was the 25th when you guys were inside of Beechwood Retreat. All right, so let's do everybody's favorite document and pull up some travel calculators.
Sorry, I should have given you a heads up. We left our pirate friend hanging.
All good. What type of ship does he have? Oh, no. Okay. And And that's assuming that it is... So I'm pretty sure he is going to be like right there, ready. I'm pretty sure he's going to be right there, ready, in order to be able to have the assault go off. All right.
Ezra will summon a steed, a war horse, before he goes to sleep.
Okay. So let me make sure I'm doing this right. Man, this guy can book it. And I'll roll him a percentage travel die because he's there. He's there at every way I'm looking at this. He's there. Candelabra is going to say, we be at a cove just outside of Kaitelis. And we be at a cove just outside Kaitelis. That's 8 words, and let's see. He's going to say there are 2 warships in the harbor. 2 more sailed away.
Kaif will burn his second sending spell with a hold position. Plan still undergoing last minute touches. Expect assault in 2 to 3 days.
2, 3. Okay, he's gonna respond and say, we could be privateering in Beechwood for 2 to 3 days. You land-lobbering, gully-warded, lily-livered, smooth, quick-talking, and he's gonna run out of words before he finishes his insult.
Quality.
Damn. And Kaif will spend an hour on Arcane Recovery and 1 last sending for the day to Kuka at 5-fingered Investigations.
Okay.
Have project for you. How much will it cost to find out everything you know about the trade of Relicus?
Let's see. Kuker responds, 50 gold and 6 gold per day of ongoing investigation.
Kaif's out of sending.
All right.
Wait.
That is the night for Kaya, and we will fast forward to the morning. It is the 29th of
Did you hear me?
Noble. Oh, I did not hear you. What's up?
I wanted to summon a steed before sleeping.
Okay. You're able to... Yeah, you're
Just-
able to do so, but you're down in the crypts.
Yeah. So hopefully it can follow me out afterwards.
Looking at the stairwell that leads, to like the cellar door that comes down here, it's going to be tough, but I'm pretty sure you can dismiss and resummon that thing as an action after you summon it for the first time. Just read through the spell and let me know. But yeah, otherwise you're able to do it for tonight.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. With that, you guys are moving on to the 29th of Noble. And I suppose I should roll weather for you guys because you're the only ones in this region. I just need to check one thing for you, Steve Aroni. All right. You can. Oof. Let's see. It's going to be divided by 6. What's 10 divided by 6? Should know this off at the top of my head.
1.6.
Steve.
Yeah, 1.66666.
You can add 1 day to your. You know what? Actually, I'll round up for you. You can add 2 days to your need to feed.
Alright, so that puts me at like 12 days now, I think, that I've not eaten, so to speak.
Yeah. So you're holding off. I don't think you're affected by your weaknesses yet.
15th day, I believe, or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So 12.
Yeah, you rest on desecrated land in the crypts. It's a little bit more comforting than, resting in regular places, but all of the energy and essence you'd absorb from the land is kind of split between you and everybody else that's working down here.
I see.
That said, it is the 29th of Noble. Everybody is going to wake up pretty peacefully. And... Oh! There is a chef currently here. You guys are going to wake up to the smell of delicious food being cooked and prepared. In the library ward here, on the everybody's on the second floor except for Azure. Coming out of your rooms, looking down over the banister onto the first floor, the large table in between all of the bookshelves and stuff that normally you'd expect people would be studying at. Instead, there is a feast prepared for you this morning. One by one, various party members, you guys all wake up, and everybody is together around the table, or at the table.
Good morning, everyone. How did you sleep?
Not well.
Better-
Absolutely wonderful.
Better-
Pretty good.
Better than most places.
I'm pleased to hear that.
How did you sleep?
I slept very well. I feel like a new wizard this morning.
It sounds like it.
Shall we commence on our mission?
You don't want to eat first?
Ooh, good idea. Okay, we can. I'm just excited. I think we can. It's going to be a great day today.
Sure.
Hazard raises an eyebrow.
Super excited.
Azur will look around and make sure that they're all still here and alive.
Yay.
Yeah. As you guys are eating, you're going to see a half-orc woman stepping down with a pot. She places a large pot of what seems to be boiling fruits and vegetables on the table. She's gonna clean up her hands and say, "Well, eat up. You guys don't eat it. It'll probably end up going bad before it's used again."
Thank you, Chef.
That phrase "used again" was worrying, but I'm sure the food is excellent.
The thought of boiling fruits and vegetables together sounds worrying.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
Just as somebody who likes to eat, just...
Well,
As
it
herbal.
is better than whatever you guys have been eating in Ziwatecas, as all they had has been fungus. Sometimes people do love mushrooms, but mushrooms do get old.
Is there anything anyone wanted to do in town today before we go and explore the ruins?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, my horse is here.
Do you have a horse?
He does now.
Did you get us other ones' horses?
No.
Alright.
Well, the party moves as fast as the slowest member, so I hope you enjoy your horse.
And as you say that, I just look right at you.
Yeah,
For real?
I can walk fast.
Not for very long, though.
Well, we all have our strengths.
Just one question. Is your horse as pretty as you are?
Yeah, it's celestial.
And wow.
Come on, look at the picture that that Brandon posted of him. That
I
is
know, I
a
saw.
very pretty picture.
He's only got like a 20 appearance, so
As
Pretty nice.
Azure is talking with the party, Azure, you feel empowered, just absolutely bursting with strength. The party hears footsteps echoing as Tior comes walking down the hallway, the master of the monastery. She's going to enter the library ward and say, let me roll a percentage die.
So, Azure felt different on her approach?
Yes. Ooh, everybody else, go ahead and give me a constitution save. Well, I can roll them for you. Fine, I got it. Let's see, I'll just go down the list. Wilbert feels sick to his stomach. And Isaiah feels sick to his stomach. Nyoka feels sick to his stomach. Lex feels sick to her stomach. And Brahm feels fine. And I need one more for Azure. Azure, you feel fine. You guys feel that pull. That pull on your insides of like your eternal being, of like something just threatening to just rip your soul apart from your body. It makes you feel sick to your stomach until whatever is causing this is out of your guys' presence or you're out of its vicinity. You guys are sickened. Otherwise, Tior is going to approach, and she is going to look at the party and say, I promised you a night's rest in my monastery. I'm thankful for the head of that Darken agent that you were able to provide me with last night. I'm going to be sending it back to the Darken Vale. That said, what business do you have in this region?
We are merchants looking to establish new trade relationships with Warforged. Hopefully they have valuable goods, so we are on our way to their region to see if we can become friends and possibly mutually benefit from a healthy relationship.
Azura just grins at Tior.
She's going to nod, and she'll say, "Excellent." In any case, if you could talk with XI. He is their current leader, and tell him that Tior might request his services should the Vale strike back over their slain. I don't wish any harm to come to my monastery or those who choose to study here.
That was XI?
XI, yes.
And would you have any suggestions on how best to find XI?
She's going to say they made a base of operations around Lothrone. You find their settlement. It shouldn't be hard to find out who's in charge.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Is there anything else we could do to be of assistance for you?
She hands you a badge with her name inscribed on it. Azure, you are not Azure. Let's see. Kaya, you can make a free history check. All right, you're going to recognize. You're going to recognize this insignia. You don't know exactly what it is, but you do know that it comes from Heimsdale. As far as it is a insignia of a Heimsdale general. A pretty high-ranking one. As for what the title of somebody who had this, you wouldn't exactly know that. However, you are able to tie her to Heimsdale or some type of former Heimsdale enlistment. She'll say, as long as you bear my sigil, he should listen to you.
We will convey that message for you. Tell me, do you know anything of the mercenaries in town from the Shield Hand?
She is going to chuckle and say, I haven't gone and talked to them. But it's funny how many people thrown aside by Heimsdale end up in this small stretch of land.
I see. You've had a connection with Heimsdale in the past?
She's gonna nod and say, I served, I campaigned, I took the Earthfire, the Darken Vale took it back, I rose the next night, and I left.
I see. And being so far away from many other civilizations, are there any goods or services that you would require? Perhaps on our next trip back, we could bring some for you.
She's going to shake her head and say, with the comings and goings of the monastery, we have plenty here.
Very well. Well, I thank you for your hospitality.
Master Tior, is there anything that I should carry so that others will know that I'm of the faith?
And Steve, answer this for me. Is that Azure's official faith now, the Eternal Eye?
Yeah.
She'll give you a... well, let's see. She'll give you a holy symbol of the Eternal Eye, and it is going to... It's going to be a... it's going to be like an intricate... it's going to be like an intricate platinum necklace. And in the middle of it, like where the iris is, rather than just like an open iris there, like it's going to be a white iris with like a crescent moon of like darkness on the other side of it, almost making the proportions of it 50-50 of like dark and white. Otherwise, she'll say, if you want to seek true understanding of the universe, you're welcome to join the vigil upstairs. We've had our first who has walked and towards the next steps of their life.
Sounds interesting. Will it take long?
She nods and says, it takes days, weeks, some wither before they ever achieve true enlightenment.
Perhaps another time then. I appreciate the offer.
She'll nod and say, as soon as you are finished with your meal, please be out of the monastery. I'll be back to check on you.
She nods and puts a necklace on.
Tior puts her hands behind her back and begins walking away. As Tior's presence fades, those of you afflicted with sickness, you start feeling a little bit more comfortable.
And I'm guessing my strength and empowerment goes away?
Yes.
Okay.
So the only person that wasn't affected by her presence was May.
You, Kayeth, and Azure. You guys did feel the effects of her presence. Azure, it helps Azure, and Kayeth and you resisted and staved it off.
Would Azure really need to resist, though?
Did I say Azure? I meant to say Kayeth. It helped Azure, so yeah, you didn't have to roll anything.
Gotcha.
For Azure, yeah. All right. The party is able to finish eating. Once everybody's done eating, I'm assuming you heed the warning and everybody packs up and heads outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who has the map to the tomb?
Lead the horse out. What was that?
Who has the map to the tomb?
Oh yeah.
You found a map?
Sima gave us one. I thought
it was one of the two
Was it Nyoka?
sneaky sneaks.
I don't think it was me.
I thought it was either Yeah, I thought it was Lex or...
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Wilbert got the fancy map from what's-her-face? Candle. And then he got another map you guys picked up off of the bodies and Ziwatecas.
Oh, nice.
Let me make sure it wasn't Nyoka. Yeah, Nyoka doesn't have it listed on a sheet.
Were you a navigator, Wilbur?
Yeah. Let's see.
As there mounts up, it's Celestial Warhorse. Go ahead.
So I guess that's navigating check. Brendan?
Yeah. I'll allow it as a check with Navigator's tools. That said, having two different maps of the area, it's going to be pretty hard to get lost. The check would, I guess, be for more so how well your travels go.
Okay.
Kaith wants to cast Minor Illusion and then ride an invisible horse like the Knights of the Monty Python alongside Azure for a minute or two.
Nyoka gets out 2 coconut shells and just...
Yes, I was about to say I do it too, but...
Or, actually,
that's
Nyoka has a
great.
wooden box. He just takes the lid of the box and just...
Clacks it.
Let's see, what was that check? Ooh, 22
Would that-
on that check. What's up?
Would that be a performance check to see how well he keeps the clacking in time?
It's Monty Python. It doesn't have to be good.
No, you guys are good on that. Somebody, real quick, roll me some d20s. I think I need 3 different d20s. So,
Cool. Kaith will cast Mage Armor on himself before going out.
I mean, I'm not gonna just throw combat at you like that.
Oh?
No, I'm kidding. But that's fine. You can.
Yeah, we figure you would.
You can cast Mage Armor.
I threw 3
Alright.
d20s.
Okay. Thank you for that. Alright, so let's see. The first one, normal temperature for the season, awesome. Second one, pretty decent on the wind. The third one, though, as you guys are going towards this temple, it is going, or as you guys start heading towards this tomb, it is going to pour and rain, almost like a torrential, almost like a torrential downpouring. Let's get some more appropriate music. I'd rather have this for tonight. And rain.
Don't you love this weather? It's just like a real adventure now.
Yeah, Azure pulls out the hood of his cloak.
This is what I'm used to, so I'm good. And because of it, I always keep my hood up, so...
Alright. So, it's actually marching by this tome, and let's turn this down because it's a little loud for me. Alright, marching by this map and Wilbert's navigation, it's actually too far for you guys to make it in one day. You guys march southwards, and by midday, you are just a couple miles off from the. You're just a couple miles off from the tomb. You can continue and travel past, the 8 hours of like normal travel time that it takes. And if you do choose to do that, you guys will take 1 level of exhaustion. Otherwise, you can just camp out for the day and relax, hunt, get some food, and get ready and approach tomorrow.
What do people think? Arrive at the scary tomb in the dark, exhausted, or rest and arrive first thing in the morning?
Except for Azure. Azure had a horse. If he goes, he's fine.
I believe
like
resting
first
would be-
thing in the morning, rested and ready to go.
Okay, I concur. Rest it is.
Alrighty, well, do that.
All right.
So I find some food for these people. Nope.
As soon as camp set up, I'm gonna use locate plants or animals, and I'm gonna try and find ingredients for healing potion.
Okay. The region that you're in, you guys are in essentially a bog. The more you march deeper into this territory, like the mushier the ground gets, the rain is pouring. The plants that are able to grow here and in this soil in this area aren't really conducive for healing potions. You're not able to find any of the ingredients here.
Okay, so there's nothing within range.
Yeah.
The spell. Alright.
And weather. Oh, that's great.
Kaif will cast Unseen Servant and have it put up the tents for the party.
Okay. Alright. Ooh, that is fantastic. But let's turn that down just a little bit more. There we go. Alright, so everybody is going to be able to camp out for this final day before you guys approach. As it becomes nightfall, let's see. There is not a lot of food to be had as far as those people foraging.
Oh, we got a whole pile of rations in the bag of holding, I thought.
Yeah, if you guys have rations, you can just eat those. You'd have to subtract 7 for all of the party members. As it becomes, as nightfall sets in, does anybody want to keep watch, or do you guys just all want to go to bed?
We must keep watch.
Yeah, I could take first watch.
And Kaif will run an alarm perimeter around the campsite as well.
Okay. All right. So I heard first watch on
Anaziah.
Okay, Anaziah. All right. The night is 8 hours long. So Anaziah does 2 hours. You guys still need 3 other people.
Bramble will take second watch.
Okay. Brom will take second, and then Lex will take third.
Zer will be with Lex at the same time.
Okay. You need one more watch, and then you guys are set.
Kaif will do one. And
All right.
before going to bed, he wants to cast Sending to Kuka again to say, go ahead with the mission. I authorize 10 days worth of expenses.
Okay. Kuker will respond and say, already on it. 3 agents sent out. Or 3 fingers sent out. That said, let us go through the rest of the night.
Zero will cast Sanctuary on JV before going to sleep.
Okay.
Kayeth.
On your guys' watches, do you want to do anything? Otherwise, I'm just going to be using your passive perceptions.
No.
Okay.
We want to be actively searching for any movement or sounds from a good vantage point.
Yeah, and as I would also be actively searching. He was uneasy last night.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a perception check for Inazaya and for Azure.
Perception.
I've had such terrible rolls, and everything I'm good at just always low.
Yeah, I mean, you're a fire. You're a fire, Tennessee. So it's raining. You're out of your element.
Yeah, I'm just very uncomfortable.
All right, so Inazaya, your watch passes without much of anything interesting happening. Brom, your watch passes without much of anything happening. As far as Lex goes, Lex and Azure, you guys spend the night under this horrific rainfall. The mist that is kind of being conjured by this is obscuring everything. The more you look around, just talking into the night, nothing much. All right, there we go. There we go. Again, God bless Rob. All right, so that's all of this back up. And give me my cool music back. Yes.
Azure will also wield his big sword and move to block.
Okay. Real quick, let me just retract the next. Well, not retract, but recap the last couple minutes. Just make sure we're all on the same page. So you guys have decided to rest as you're going down through these southern forests and deeper into the bog. The bog that is the huge bog that is Lothbrone. That said, it has been raining all evening, and you guys set up watches. Nothing happened on Inazaya's watch. Nothing happened on Brom's watch. On Lex's and Azure's watch, as they were talking to each other, a humanoid figure in the far distance came. Azure could see it silhouetted through the mist and is standing at the edge of the mist and doesn't seem to be approaching your campsite anymore. What are you doing, Steve?
He'll call out, "Declare yourself, come forth," as he puts his sword in front of him and moves between that figure and Annie.
I try to see if I can.
You broke up.
So Lex is going to try and see it. If Lex is looking for it, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, Brandon, what does yours say?
Last thing I heard was if Lex is looking for it.
All right.
Would Azure have said that loud enough to wake anyone up, or not?
Yeah, he was trying to be loud.
Yeah, if people want to start stirring, they can. Lex, going out and looking through the mist, trying to see what this thing is. You think you see it, or maybe not. You see something else that looks like vaguely humanoid around the figure that Azure is pointing at or calling to, and maybe something else that's like vaguely humanoid around it. It's very far away and it's really, really dark. And your eyes are being splattered with water. That said, it doesn't say or do anything.
All right.
Azura will basically stay with Lex, watching it.
Okay. As if you guys sit down for the rest of your watch period, with both of you sitting and staring at it, very, very clearly, Azure, whatever this thing is, you see another one of them come and stand next or near it. This happens. This happens several more times throughout the rest of your watch, to the point where you can no longer see the figure of just like looking in that area. You just the silhouettes kind of just blend in to make darkness.
So you're saying there's like a group of 10 or more, maybe?
You can't count them.
Wow. Okay.
That said, the rest of your watch passes uneventfully. It's Kayak's watch. You guys can inform Kayak of what you see. Otherwise, yeah, if you want to do anything, JV, you can.
I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on JB.
Yeah, Kayath will get Gimple out into the sky and just sort of circle around the camp.
Kayath, rather.
Okay.
Make sure.
Gimple have dark vision?
Yeah, I think he does. Al's 120 foot.
Okay. Are you perceiving through Gimple, or are you just having Gimple?
No, I perceive through him and sort of do loops, sort of 50
Okay.
feet, 100 feet radius of the campsite.
Give me a perception check from Gimple. It does have advantage on them.
Oh, advantage, great.
I believe he has advantage. Let me double check to make sure I'm not cheating.
Yeah, I think that Al says that. Yeah, perception
Alright.
checks that we are hearing us out.
Yeah, same thing with Gimple. Gimple, as Gimple flies around the campsite, he's able to get a little further away from you and a little closer to these things. We'll roll a percentage check. Gimple is going to, or you're going to see from Gimple's vision, about, let's roll a d8. D8s are fun dice. Gimple can make out two of these very clearly. There are two people standing, looking towards your camp. They are standing motionlessly in the rain. Does Kayath want to do anything?
How far away are they?
About 90 feet.
Kayath will cast message at them. Hello, this is Kayath Gelson, a peaceful trader. Identify yourselves.
Message fails.
Kayath will just watch them through Gimple.
Okay.
Shout for help if anything happens.
You watch through what you would be taking the early morning set of watches until sunrises, and early at sunrise, is vision going to clear up anymore? Well, didn't think it was possible. It starts raining more. The early morning dew and fog obscuring these figures still. But with the sunlight, you guys can tell you are surrounded by an upwards of 15 of these things. And any direction you look out through the fog, you see potentially 3 to... okay, we lost No Soul. You see potentially 3 to 5 of these figures.
I was just going to say, I think we found the Warforged. Or they found us.
Ooh,
That's
can
reassuring.
can Kaith identify them? Are they Warforged or something else?
If they're Warforged, if they were Warforged, you know what? Actually, go ahead and give me a... I'll allow you to make a nature check or a arcana check for Kaya.
Alright.
And I believe both of those are intelligence.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, Kaya, you are going to, at least I'm fairly certain, you're going to know you can only target living creatures with a message. Even a Warforged should be able to be messaged. Whatever these things are, they are likely not any sort of sentient creature.
Kaith will pass that on to the party. I guess I think they're not sentient or not alive. Maybe we should ready ourselves for combat and just try and walk past them.
All right, then.
Disconnected. Like, I'm assuming everyone's up at this point.
Yeah.
We're awake. It got even more rainy and foggy, and we're surrounded by a ring of lifeless humanoids. Or rather,
Yay.
non-sentient, perhaps.
Okay.
They're about 90 feet out each direction. Probably
Can
3
you-
any direction we go.
Can you sense undead around us as well?
Oh, well, I'll do that thing where I check for... I can check for basically good and evil, right? Is that what it was?
I'm also going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. So Divine Sense is the skill you're thinking about.
Yeah.
Steve, for Azure. It's 60 feet of you. Anything that's not behind total cover. Detect Magic. Let's see. That has a range of 30 feet. You're not going to detect anything magical either. That said, the whole party is awake.
Well, I would
Oh,
move
well,
within range of them because it does last for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I would need to move within range to do that as well, obviously. So, we'll move together, closer to the edge of the ring, and try this out. So about, 35, 40 feet closer.
Okay. Let's see.
I'd suggest as a group, all of us.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
are going to detect magic on one of these things.
Okay, only one of them has magic.
Yes.
Are there several within the range?
You are able to walk close enough to where you can get 2 in range, but this is kind of like sweeping through. And I'm going to say out of these, you get 8 of the 15 you guys can see, and only one of them has magic.
Okay, that was what I was wondering, if it was one unique one, or if one's within range and it has magic. Yeah. Okay.
That said, let's see. Anaziah and Azure are getting closer to these things. As you approach them, you are going to start to notice deformities in some of them. Some of them are missing entire limbs. Some of them have holes inside of their chests. Azure, or Anaziah, as you approach one to get it within range of your detect magic, you notice a lot of extremities on it, and then as like the mist kind of clears, you see it's completely impaled with arrows, maybe 20 or so different arrows across its body that are still in it. All of these figures are standing motionless, staring towards the camp. You guys are able to assume that all of these figures have been horrifically killed by something.
I will inform the party that which one of them has magic, and I believe I also know what type of magic it is.
If you use your action.
If I do the divine sense out there along with him, do I notice anything for undead, fiendish, etc.?
You do not.
Okay.
Well, I would use my an action to figure out what type of magic it is at this point, if I still can.
Yeah, it's illusion magic.
Illusion magic. Okay, I would inform the party that there is some illusion magic in the area. I'm not sure what is illusion, what isn't.
And I'll tell them that they're not undead.
Does anyone have a suggested course of action?
Like you said, we just have to go. If we want, we might go toward the one that's casting, or source of the magic, to discover what it is.
Let's make our way that way. And I'm wondering if they are in themselves an illusion.
Alright then, so weapons out and be ready to fight if we need to, but let's try and walk our way out of here.
Yep.
Alright. You guys get back on the road to keep heading, following the path of the map.
Yeah. As I walk past one of the figures, I kind of move the club slowly through it, see if there's physical contact or not.
Yeah, so as you guys are walking the path closer, are heading towards the place listed on the map, you are going to have a moment of pause. The whole party is going to notice this soggy, horrifically burned corpse standing there, hunched over. What you guys can make out of what's left of its clothes and what's left of its hunched over figure, you recognize that guard corpse from Ziwatecas that you guys burned. It is standing here motionlessly with all of the others looking towards you. As you walk by it with your club out, actually, is this one of... As you walk by it with your club out, your club is going to thud into its...
Well, it's going to make contact. Like, I'm not swinging hard. Yeah. It's just kind of like a kind of poke.
It's going to thud into, its stomach. The corpse wavering a bit as it does.
Okay, so he can animate a lot of corpses. So what? Let's go. But if I think about that, Brandon, is animate corpse something that's known as actually causing undead, or is it simply just a puppetry?
In this case, these are human mecha suits. I'm kidding.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this would be more like puppetry.
Cool.
Shinji, get in the person.
Exactly.
All right. You guys continue on the path heading towards what you believe to be this tomb or tomb.
All right.
Welcome back, Brandon.
I don't know. All types of internet issues tonight. Let me make sure I'm still connected. Cool beans. All right. So, I actually didn't make the flavor page for this.
Uh-oh.
No, it's fine. What I will do is I'll actually duplicate this page, and I'll put the picture that I have for it here. All right. So as you guys get closer, this place is not difficult whatsoever to find. Almost pulsing against the mist, you guys are going to see this aura of light and almost crackling arcane energy, and it is within this area of like ruined pillars and stone and toppled stone obelisk. There is a campsite around here, but the campsite seems to be not maintained whatsoever. As far as the rain pounding against the tents and everything, doesn't look like there's been. Some of the tents have collapsed in. Doesn't look like anybody's used the fire pit. Some of the wood's probably like either molding or mulching over.
Well, kind of roll some of the tent flap, get the canvas out of the way or whatever, and see if there was anything kind of inside of the tents to indicate what type of people might have been there.
Is there anything valuable? Can I go check?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a. Go ahead.
I'm gonna help search the camp as well.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a investigation check for
Sure.
these 10.
Whatever you guys want to. I'm fine. After
I
5.
I find nothing.
All right. There is. All right. There we go. And let's move everybody over to this. So, like I said, you guys are going to see those rooms, and they're pulsing against the rainfall. As you can see, I kind of have like an image here for flavor. On the campsites around this area, it seems that there were people here. Let me look at who rolled what and see if anybody got anything. I don't want you popped out, chat. I just want you here. All right, I'm seeing 16 for Inaziah, and a 8 for Annie.
And then 19 for me.
Yeah. Azure
My window's just bugged out. So, there we go. Cool, everything's fixed. Cool. All right. 19 for Azure, 8 for Lex, and 16 for Inaziah. Okay. You guys are going to go and check through each of these tents as much as you possibly can. What you're able to gather from your investigation, these were the tents of people belonging to the crown. Whatever valuables were here, they have taken with them. Whatever supplies have left, the rain has not been favorable whatsoever to them. You can see, Azure, you can see that these campsites were packed up in a hurry. In Isaiah, you can also find areas of just like weird crimson areas of mud where you believe there used to be either bodies or corpses here that have probably, knowing what they were fighting, or knowing what you were fighting, probably has been moved or animated in some way.
And maybe the ones that were just staring at us sleep.
Yeah.
All right.
That said, there is a crackling aura of arcane magic behind all of you. And the center of the stone runes.
What's our plan here, guys?
The magic.
I did not hear you, JV. What's Kaya doing?
Investigating the source of the magic crackling stuff. See if you can determine anything about it.
Bram is
Okay.
right there with him.
Go ahead and roll me a Arcana check. So as you approach this, stepping up closer, you can see that some of these obelisks are cracked. There is a this area itself, moss, dirt, mud, different things have grown up over these stone ruins over the years, and it has kind of led to just almost like a creeping hill of dirt. You are able to assume there's much more to this that is under the ground, and that it wasn't always like this. However, getting to the top of this pyramid-like structure, there is a cracked basin, and from that basin, there is the rain is kind of like falling through this aura of magic, and as it falls through the magic, it just shimmers and bursts into so many different colors, and then falls onto the space and almost as like a metallic bead, and then from the bead, as soon as it drips off of the basin onto the ground, it pops, and that's kind of like what all of this crackling is going on over here. You can see that whatever is happening here, these obelisks were probably used to stabilize this magical fountain. And looking around this basin, there are different sigils and things on the ground lighting up, and eventually the energy in them dissipating. Kayat's best guess is that some sort of seal or filtration process was broken, and it is causing things to go haywire. That matches very well with the information you guys that were given, that a tomb was like unsealed.
Kaif will share that with everyone. This is powerful magic, and it looks like it's a little bit unstable now that the tomb has been unsealed. I wouldn't want to mess with it.
Azur will share that everyone that was in this camp, anyone who would survive, left as quick as they could. And
So it's likely that this is where the cape was released.
yes. And if we're, what are we planning to do here? Because if we're going to fight him, all of those things that we saw may be potential hosts for it.
We'd have to destroy the actual parasite creature.
Yeah,
It
so we're
It
gonna
might be
have
possible to reseal.
Sorry?
If we could find a seal inside or something, we might be able to reseal it. We could just walk away and continue with our main mission. The 2 items are in here, or that we were tasked to retrieve, and it's just extra gold and extra sort of kudos with Simmer.
Maybe.
we're already here. And if
Yeah.
we just walk away, more people are going to die.
And any people that come here in the
Right.
future, likely.
And who's to say this thing won't spread further?
I don't think
Okay,
it's
so
going to spread
walking
further.
away is off the table.
I do believe more people are going to needlessly die.
So maybe we find an entrance and see what we see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless you can figure out how to close this seal right here.
Does Kayaf have any idea if he can try something?
Do any of you have, like, mending powers or restoration of time?
As Azur says
I
that,
don't think so.
Brom looks straight at Kayeth and says, "Mr. Magic Man,
Mr. Magic Man, it's your talent, sir.
Well,
These ruins are old magic. I think they're beyond my ability to try and restore.
Nyoka
Whoa.
is going to say, I just think you're not looking hard enough, boss. Pulls out his wand of comprehend languages, points it at Kaya, and casts comprehend languages on Kaya. It loses 1 charge.
Kayaf will go and read the runes on the side of the obelisks and see if there's any more clues.
You can't read this. I'm kidding. Kaya, looking at these runes, let's see. I don't want to write out everything because that means I have to sit and think about everything. These are looking like, as you look at it and you see the concepts and the things that are being discussed, what comes to mind in a very weird sense is almost like elevator instructions. Like, not Kayeth wouldn't know what an elevator is, but like me to you, JV, like it's almost an operator's manual, just like floor 1, floor 2. You can see that this is a prison complex for the dead, not a prestigious burial site. And the different ways to operate this basin and get inside of here. You can see that this water has something to do with getting inside and having the understanding of this place, but you're not really sure. As far as like, you can read the runes, but as far as like the context of what they mean to the people who wrote them, it's going to be a little far-fetched for Kaya.
Kayaf won't share that prison complex of the dead thing just yet. First, he wants to cast Identify on the basin.
Okay. Come on, Pepperoni. Let us see. We are working with a modified version of Identify to this edition, or this go around of the campaigns.
Oh, I think I
So-
have Identify.
Yeah, let me just pull up. I don't need this
Alright.
anymore. Hey, welcome back, No Soul.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is the
back.
ritual version that takes like 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to take me 10 minutes to look it up anyways. No, I'm kidding. All right. So, you are able to divine on this. The version of Identify that we're using for this set of the campaigns is you learn if an item is magical and the alignment of the creator of the item. And I'm also going to throw in if it's cursed or not. You are going to have brief insights of just seeing, kayak smiths like working on this fountain. The people who created this are lawful good. The fountain itself doesn't seem to have any residual curse, and it is bursting with magical potential.
And so the drops of water and metal, once they hit the fountain and then when they hit the ground, they crackle with energy?
Yes.
So Kath will say, I've got some good news and some bad news. The good news is it seems to be somewhat intact. The bad news is this was a prison for the dead. Righteous people created this tomb and used this magic to keep bad folks in. And I'm guessing when our friends came in to, find some loot, that they broke the seal and some bad people got out.
I wouldn't call them friends, or the wrong people might be listening and think the wrong thing.
Hmm.
So,
I suppose everyone's keen to go inside. If we wanted to get in, it's something to do with the water hitting this fountain. Maybe these little metal things might have something to do, some way to get inside.
yeah, Zura will look more closely at those. Are they staying in metal form after crackling?
The water dissipates after it hits the ground. There's a crack. There's a crack in the basin. There is a pool of this metallic water in the basin. The problem is with the crack, it's falling out of the basin, and the drops you see falling out are hitting the ground and dissipating.
Okay, let's fix the crack.
Okay.
I might be able to do something with repairing the crack, but I would not be able to do that today. It's a spell I did not prepare to bring in.
Okay, Wilbur, what do you think?
Wesley, if you're talking, your mic is muted.
I don't know. Never dealt with nothing like this before.
What's a crack? You have anything to conceal it? Any knowledge?
I'm a blacksmith, not a mason.
Alright, Azur will get some mud from nearby and start forming it into the crack with his hands.
Alright. Let's see.
Kind of clay, very clay-like stuff,
Just roll me a flat d20 on that.
Does anybody have, duct tape?
I thought someone had mending.
Well, paladins don't actually get cantrips, unfortunately, as far as I know.
No, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
I'm a monk. I don't have any spells.
I've got mending, but it ain't gonna work on this.
Azure, let's see. You are going to put some of this mud in the crack. There's just too much water flowing down as it just keeps washing away most of it before the mud has time to dry.
Mm-hmm.
That said, the water running over your hand doesn't seem wholly dangerous. As you just kind of look at this metallic water running over your skin and falling off as you're trying to patch this, doesn't hurt you.
Alright.
Maybe drink the water.
I was going to say, we can either drink this or dribble it somewhere, or I don't know. What are we going to do with it?
Are we drinking it?
Any volunteers?
Brom just goes over, grabs a handful, and drinks it.
Well, Azur will
Alright.
try to stop Brom because I think...
He just drinks it.
Alright.
Brom,
Yeah.
your eyes go wide as you drink this water, and a mist clouds over your mind. You're actually incredibly familiar with this effect, Brom. You recognize. Let's see, real quick. You're going to recognize a very similar effect to when you were in the fog inside of Ziwatecas, and that, what was it called? Rye crafting experience of just like being able to so visually explore your thoughts made real. You right now are exploring someone else's thoughts as you drink this, as they invade your mind.
Okay.
You have a temporary understanding of this structure, and you know that if you stand on a specific rune here, and you hold your hand inside of the basin, and you say one of the right incantations, you are transported to a different room inside of this complex. As far as you can tell, all of the rooms except for one are sealed.
Okay. And I'm able to relay this to everyone else?
Let's see. No, you look like you're incredibly high right now.
But if I do this, am I saying this? If I were to actually do this, would everybody see what I do before I just vanish out?
Oh, yes. Other people would be able to see you, but you're kind of like functioning in your own headspace right now.
I'd just do it.
Okay. All right. Hand on the fountain.
Azur will watch him closely.
Brom starts mumbling. Kaya, I will say, because of your understanding of languages currently, you are able to repeat what Brom says. I'm not going to, say out like the words, and then I'll say also Inazaya is able to too from picking up Primordial. In that, Brom, you are transported into a dimly lit tunnel. You splash in a puddle as you are drop. Well, you don't drop down, but as you kind of transport maybe like 4 inches above the ground and kind of just like fall there, and you're standing, and you hear a splash underneath your feet. I will come back to you before I proceed with what you see.
I immediately go into a defensive stance because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, I will tell you what you see. I just want to see what the rest of the party is doing.
Kath wants to point down and cast message to Bram and see if he's anywhere close. Bram, can you hear me?
You're casting message?
Yeah.
I do believe it is blocked by like 10 inches of stone or something. So
Yeah,
I'm going to
I think
say no, he is not able to hear you.
Plus, there's a distance requirement too.
Yeah. I'm assuming the Primordial was the instructions on how to step in.
Yes.
Okay.
Or no, it wasn't instructions. It was essentially
The incantation.
password. Yeah.
Oh.
A passphrase.
Okay.
What did he just do? What did he say?
It looks like he somehow figured out the incantation to get inside the prison.
And that is?
We just need to stand on that rune and just do what Brahm did. I can walk you through it.
You best be last then.
Yeah, I'd go in pretty late, like last or second last as well, because I could at least repeat the incantation.
Zer will go second because, well, I need to attack something.
So it's Nyoka and Lexer needed.
Okay. Everybody is going through. Just give me 1 secondo.
Lex, you there? Or are your mic muted?
Oh no, I'm here.
Okay.
Everyone's going in?
Do you know what order you want to go in?
Yay. No, I'm okay just being in the back.
Sorry, guys, I'm a doer.
Hey, don't ever apologize for being a doer in a D&D campaign.
Oh yeah, no.
Get things done.
You did it, and you didn't die so far.
The only
Pretty
reason
good.
I'm not already in there is because I'm not sure if any the others could repeat the incantation.
I knew we had to drink the water. I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes going, we just gotta drink it. We just gotta drink it.
All right. So I'm trying to decide the best way to do this fairly. And I think here is what I will do. I will describe it to Brahm, and I'll let you draw it because I would share a picture with you. I would share a picture with you, Havoc, but just because of like the age and internet that we exist in, I can't ensure fairness with that. So here's what's going to happen. Everybody is going to go through the basin. They stand on the rune, put their hand in the basin, say the incantation, and they are moved into the opening tunnel of this complex. Let's go to the Dungeon Master layer.
Zer would like to take one action before he goes through. He wants to get some of that water into a water skin to take with him.
Let's see. Azure, you're able to capture a couple drops of this. Kind of hard to get it into like this pouch, and it's not flowing fast enough out of this thing consistently enough from the crack for you. But yeah, you're able to capture a couple of drops of this. As far as everyone else, once everybody is in here, I will describe what you see. But for Brahm specifically, once you're inside of here, the magic of the basin's going to fade from you. And whereas you knew this complex like the back of your hand, those weren't really your memories. And now you have like memories of other people's memories, just like what you saw of it, but it's like it's foggy and it's fading from your mind. From what you can remember, there are 6 rooms around this. There are 6 rooms in this complex around the center complex. Each of the rooms serving as a burial place for people who you can't quite remember what their crimes were. That said, and I'll draw this for you. The layout of the rooms in your mind would be something like this, with each of those red lines being a room, and then that center room being, another part of the complex. And there's different tunnels that lead between each of these. So, if that makes sense, does that make sense to you before I continue?
So there's a tunnel that leads to each one of these rooms from the center complex, correct?
Yes.
But it only leads to each individual room, not to other rooms.
There are tunnels that lead from rooms to other rooms in here.
Okay. So all the rooms interconnect from the other rooms, but not from the center room.
Some of them do, depending on the severity of the crime. Some of them are individual rooms. Some of them are connected. And you are going to know that the area that you teleported into is in the upper right-hand corner of this complex.
Okay.
All right. So that said, I will delete all of this drawing and let you guys draw anything that you need, and I can give you more graph paper if you want. But yeah, if you look in the upper left-hand part, I have kind of an inspiration image of what you guys are going to see. The sound of the rain actually is going to fade as you guys come down here. Yeah, this is fine. All right. So this hallway stretches on down southwards. You hear on the winds of this place just echoes of sobbing and just whooshes of everybody.
Birds?
No, it sounds like
Mad gibberish.
No, it sounds like fast-moving things like whooshing, wind of just. And then ever so often you hear a couple more of those. Oh, everybody!
Does it remind me of the sound of the cape that the cape was making as I was chasing it?
No, it was not.
Okay.
Everybody is going to be able to. Well, actually, not everyone. Let's see. Everybody except for Azure is going to be able to make out what you guys are standing in is a pool of somebody's blood.
Maybe Lex as well.
No. Azure is the only one who doesn't notice, just because you have really low perception. Everyone else is going to notice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that said, let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. About 40 feet down the chamber, you guys see the corpse of somebody slumped against the wall. This hallway extends beyond your range of vision.
Is it a fresh corpse, or is it a skeletal or a rotten corpse?
You cannot see from... It's dim light down here. You cannot make that out from this far.
Are there two ways to go in the hall right now?
No, there's only one way south.
And we're basically at a dead end otherwise.
Yes.
I'll look around for any possible hidden passages here.
Okay. You can roll me an investigation check. You are not going to find anything over here.
Okay.
Oh, the walls, though, are made of hewn stone. You do figure that out.
Okay.
Kaith is going to try and say the words that got us down here and see if he can get back out. Okay, so yeah, right that here, there is going to be one of those basins.
There are two problems that Kayat's going to run into. There is... And let's close some of this stuff I don't need on this computer in case that is what is causing this. We'll just close all of this. All right, cool. We are back. Okay, so the party is inside of this complex. You guys are looking at the path leading south. Go ahead and give me those actions one last time. I heard them, but my brain didn't save them to memory, so it kind of faded when I read that comment.
Azura moves forward to basically lead the way, and some others gathered behind him to move as well.
Yeah, and Isaiah close behind him.
All right.
Kaya
And
will
then-
look at his shoulder and look through his shoulders so he gets dark vision.
And Brahm is gonna put his goggles on so that he has dark vision, and he stays right next to Kyath.
Okay, it's dim light down here. Every so often there is a torch sconce, just with the spectral flame in it, lighting this place. So even those without dark vision are able to see, just not exceptionally. That said, following as
I'm
you're
gonna-
down,
I'm gonna turn my palm up and you create and produce flame
okay.
to try and help improve the sight.
Okay, so following this tunnel down southwards, you guys go down. As you follow this tunnel south, you are able to see that the pool of blood here on the floor thins as you guys go further and further south. And you guys can see there are footsteps and and smears of where either things or people have walked through or been dragged in or out of this pool of blood further down the passage. Getting about 30 feet away from it, it turns from a pool to stains that have, dried up on the floor. And then moving another 10 feet, at this point, it's just the remnants of whoever walked over and through it. That said, what's up?
Do we reach that corpse?
Yeah, that said, when you get to this corpse, Azure, you kneel down to inspect this corpse. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. I really saved that one.
Nice.
Nat 20.
So the whole time you've been walking down this corridor, you've been hearing this, and it's just been very inconsistent. As you do, or rather, as you kneel down to look at this corpse, there are piercing marks in it, almost as something's been shot through the corpse. Looking backwards, that wisping sound triggers, and this arrow composed of shadows comes out from the door down the chamber behind you and launches into this corpse. You jump out of the way. A few moments later, another one shoots out, and then 3 more shoot out, then 4 shoot out, then for a period, nothing happens. And then 2 shoot out, and then for a period, nothing happens. And then 5 shoot out, and each time they strike the corpse, they kind of dissolve. It's inconsistent as to when they're firing, but you can tell they came from the door behind you.
Okay. Well, for a little while, watch the pattern to see if there's a repeating pattern of the certain numbers of how many times it's shooting out and that kind of thing.
So for everybody, as you get to the southern part of the passage is 10 feet wide. And if you are looking southwards, to your right, which means to the west, there is a doorway here. That door is firing arrows at a corpse. As you're...
I'll point it out.
Yeah, I mean, give me a perception check, I suppose. From what you can tell, it doesn't appear to have any rhyme or pattern to it. You can tell, looking at this door, the door itself is a very secure lock. What is this door made of? That is the door for one. The door is made of a aged metal, kind of like what iron looks like once it oxidizes like way too much without like rusting just yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and it is definitely secure. There is a lockpick stuck inside of the door, and the keyhole is lit up. It's easy to assume that whoever this was failed at picking the lock, and whatever trap is set on this door is constantly triggering.
Because of the lockpick. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright,
there's no pattern to it. It's just randomly firing.
Lex, you think you can continue what this dead man couldn't handle and avoid the arrows while you do so?
Think so?
Pick's already in place.
I don't know.
Wear some gloves, maybe.
Wear some gloves. I'm sorry, I just thought that was funny.
No, yeah. How do I do this and not die?
Well,
are you asking me mechanically, or are you asking your party in character?
In character.
Yes, that sounded like a little bit of both.
well, Azur will point out like where the arrows have been coming out, basically. Like, avoid this area and don't get in front of it. You know.
Okay.
Is there space on either side of the door that Lex could stand to avoid the shadow arrows?
Or like, is there any way to disable the shadow arrows?
Remove
pull the pick
out.
out.
I have an idea. I'm gonna grab the corpse and just place it in front of the bolt.
Use it as a meat shield.
Yeah, Brom just grabs the corpse and charges the door.
All right, that's one way to do it.
Oh, okay.
That works.
So Brom is picking up a corpse and he is going after the door.
Follow me.
Lex is gonna try and run like right behind him.
Yeah, a barrage of arrows shoots into the corpse. Brom, the first thing you're going to notice, this is still pretty daggone dangerous. As far as like one of these arrows, you know, could sneak around, like, well, not sneak around, but could catch like one of your limbs around this corpse. Mechanically, as a player, you have partial cover, which increases your AC against ranged attacks. It's still making attack rolls at you, but you know you have that increased AC from carrying the corpse. That said, Lex, you have a very quick moment to either A, try and unlock this door, or B, try and disable this trap.
I have to choose.
Yeah, you guys rush the door. What do you want to do? I'm going to put you on a timer and say you have 12 seconds to make a decision.
Rushing the door. Oh, I'm pushing the corpse right up to the door and holding it against the door.
All right.
Disable the trap then, if I can.
All right. Roll me a check using thieves' tools to try and disable the trap.
You're not picking the lock?
I'm not sure.
Hey, Lex made their decision. That is
Okay.
fine.
I originally was gonna undo the door, but I'm like, he's already pressing against it, and like, trap is kind of important. So,
Brom,
I just
what is
canceled
your
my
AC?
action.
It's 17.
Ooh. As
That
you
don't
are,
sound very good.
as you are
Oh,
like,
okay,
looking
that's okay.
Yeah, as you're like looking at Lex, and it's like, wait, you're disabling the trap. One of these arrows like starts to materialize next to the door and gets ready to launch straight through your head, and you're just going to lean back. It misses your AC by 1, as it just barely fires around you. Lex, you are going to be able to feel inside of this keyhole which part of these tumblers are a part of the locking mechanism, and what you've never felt as part of a locking mechanism. You feel like if you can jam them like aside, that whatever this is, it would stop sensing that it's triggered. You are able to get that secondary mechanism jammed essentially open the whole time, and at which point, 6 seconds pass. You guys are kind of crouched. No arrows pass. Another 5 seconds. No arrows pass. You kind of relax a little bit.
I did it, I think.
5 seconds. Yeah. So far, no arrows. You're fairly certain this mechanism's disabled.
Am I allowed to try and open the door now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It's probably another check with the thieves' tools.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It is a check with these tools.
Yeah, my thing's just being slow, so I have to wait for it to actually load the thing.
Okay. That is perfectly fine. The rest of the party, watching Lex and Brom charge this door, you can see that they have successfully disabled the trap.
I cannot open the door.
Yeah. Finagling with this lock, it is not built in any way whatsoever that Lex understands modern locks. It is... you fail the check to open it, but in addition to failing the check to open it, you are going to gain some knowledge about this. This lock is... so if you're familiar with the scales of difficulty in 5th edition, this lock is beyond very hard. I'm trying to remember what the scale is right above very hard.
I don't know, heroic, legendary, crazy.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's got a name, but you're gonna get a... Oh, here we go. Actually, it's very hard, so yeah. The task is very hard for Lex.
Is Zerbil encourage her to try again, or Nyoka to jump in?
Does Nyoka know about picking locks?
I could try again. I don't know if I'll... Can I try again?
Yeah. Nyoka will come and give you the help action. He'll take out his own thieves' tools, and like if you get like one tumbler going, he'll stick it in and kind of hold it up and say like, "Oh, go for this one down here." He gives you the help action. You can roll with advantage.
Yay! Just you wait. I'm gonna roll even lower.
You know about the range of check you have to beat is 25. That's information that Lex was able to gander. This door
21.
continues to kick, Lex's butt.
Can that count as progress? It's like...
Like, I kind of sort of know how it works, but like, not really. Just enough to know that it's really complicated.
Anyone have a crowbar?
Yeah. I think I do.
I think I have a crowbar. I have a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah, you would probably start with a crowbar.
I do have a crowbar. And a hammer.
I will let you guys continue with this. I just want to make sure I give you the full description that arrow trap was important. The passage does extend, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the passage extends beyond your vision, again, to the continuing southwards. That said, you guys can continue to try and open this door.
Zur will move past the door just to be on the other side toward where we haven't been, and wait there, watching.
Okay.
Maybe 10 feet ahead of everyone.
For the crowbar, do I just like...
For
I can help.
You're trying to pry the door open?
Might as well.
I can help with that if you want.
Go ahead. Oh.
What would that be, like a strength check or like an athletics?
It's gonna be a it's gonna be an athletics check to so essentially now when you are prying the door open, you're trying to break it open by any means necessary. So yeah, you could do it as a strength check.
So I was gonna say I could do it and get assistance or something.
No. Everything that Lex tries isn't working. They're just like...
Promise you're gonna say, guys...
How about I let somebody that's not human and very small try to open the door?
Brom was going to say something. I will tell you the results of that check too in a second, Lex.
Guys, this is a prison? Question mark? I don't think prying open the door is gonna work much.
So on the scale of checks, Lex, you're going to gain some information. That door is not budging. It is probably harder to break the door open than it is to pick the lock. So very hard is at about 25 that you have to hit. Nearly impossible is in the 30s. It's nearly impossible to get this door open by breaking it.
Does anybody else have proficiency?
The guy who the DM's controlling, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, Nyoka.
Rob's gonna look at Kaiath and say, "Is there any kind of magic for this?
The door is made of stone, correct?"
Excellent question, Bram. There are several spells which can help with this. Unfortunately, I know none of them. But I like you leaning into the arcane ways.
Let's see.
Okay, so as far as what the door is made of, it's made of metal. For Anaziah, you asked. It's made of iron,
and
particularly old iron.
Okay.
That said, Nyoka will sit down, smack his tongues a little bit, and he's gonna look at Lex and say, help out old Nyoka with this.
All right.
The only way where Nyoka's getting this and Lex didn't is if Lex chooses to give Nyoka one of her bardic inspirations.
All right, guess I'm gonna just do that now.
All right. So you can spend one bardic inspiration. Nyoka will make
the help action too, please, Lex.
Yeah.
All right,
Wait,
you guys go back ham at this.
Yeah, he gets like advantage, please.
All right, he gets it. He gets it on a 6. So are you guys ready for this bardic inspiration die?
Oh.
Nyoka tries and tries and tries and tries before he curses several times. Which I don't know how lizard folk curses, but it's just like daggone stupid mud monkeys, and it's like, wait, what? And he snaps at the lock.
Really don't have emotion.
Yeah, the lock does not budge whatsoever.
All right. Well, there's probably some nasty criminal in there anyway. Let's move on.
Well, if we do want to try one more thing, I'm not sure if we do, but I could try heating the door up to make the metal more pliable, and then try and break it. But I don't know how thick the metal is and how much I'll be able to heat it.
Wilbur?
Might as well try again. There's like nothing else.
We could move on down the hall.
I'm happy to keep
yeah,
moving
that
on.
too.
Alright,
But we do have a
There
blacksmith.
might be
and-
more traps, so we should probably clear those out.
and we could always come back to this if it does need it.
Yeah,
All right.
I think we can assess it and come back. If we want to.
As you guys move further south in this passage, not stepping over where this body is, because Kron has the body. I guess you can throw it on the other side of the door. You guys continue heading southwards for possibly 100 to 120 feet. And there is a... Go ahead.
Sorry, Lex, could you be watching for traps?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Alrighty. Do I just
There is a split in the path. One passageway heads straight westward. It heads westward for... Wait, 1, 2, 3... Oh, wait. 2, 4, 6... It heads westward for maybe in upwards of 40 feet. You see another one of those large doors down there. The passage also continues southwards. There's another passage. There's another passage that splits and turns that you can't see to the south, but you also see straight south another door. About 30 feet away, there's a spectral flame over it.
Okay, there's one that we can't really see because it has a bend, right?
Yes, you cannot see around corners.
Okay, do we still have the meat shield?
No, at this point we left it behind, I believe.
Yeah, I was assuming Brom dropped it.
Yeah, I threw it aside.
I would have
'cause it was
thought we
getting
could have
heavy.
just like chucked it around the corner and see what happened.
Grab a ball bearing and chuck it around the corner.
Oh yeah, I forgot that we have those.
Yeah, I have 1,000 ball bearings.
That's an OG.
Careful, you throw too many, we won't be able to walk.
I
If
know.
you
That's
give me
why-
10 minutes, I can make us a servant.
I only have like 100, so.
Well, a 2-pound bag of them is 1,000. So
Oy.
yeah, I chuck a ball bearing down the corridor to the left there.
While people are messing around, Kaith will start casting Unseen Servant ritual, so 10 minutes.
Okay. All right. Chucking something down the passageway to the south. The ball bearing is going to roll. The ball bearing's going to roll down the passageway. At which point, let me roll a percentage die. As it does, and it clinks against the door, at which point you are going to see several shadows form across the hallway, just like those spectral arrows. They form into blades, and they sweep across the hallway very swiftly before dissipating.
What height?
Pretty much all heights. Like there's, one on, the on the western wall that just sweeps horizontal from the north part of the passage to the south part of the passage. Midway to, on the eastern wall, that's like one sweeps high and the other one sweeps low, and it's like the way that they cut through here, they pretty much cover most every angle of this passageway.
Okay.
And that ended into that door, or was there more
All right.
that
And
way?
So
There's-
you guys are looking straight south to a door.
okay, and there's flames over this door, right?
There's a spectral flame that is providing light.
Okay.
Okay.
So now instead of that door,
Oh, you guys are close enough to see this door is wooden.
fantastic. I'm now going to take another ball bearing and I'm going to
Setting
check
on
it down.
fire.
And you said we can't see down all the way down this hallway?
Ping it again. Let me draw the passage for you guys, because Brum has an understanding of it. All right, so you guys have headed straight south. There
Yes.
has been a door right there that I marked with red, and then going further south, there has been a passage. And then heading even further south, there is a door at the end of this passage, but the passageway turns and you guys can't see what's down here because you are looking down here. And this is where I'm assuming you guys threw the ball bearing from.
All right, and then there's a door down the green passage as well.
Yes, there is a door down the green passage. You guys
Okay,
can
I
see
thought
that.
there was another passage that was off to the side here. So it's just 90 degrees here at the end.
Yes. You guys can't see around the corner to the south of this passage.
Okay.
And what type of substance does that door seem to be made of in the green passage?
Let's see. What's 8 plus entrance?
It disappeared.
Well, we can see the bigger version. It's okay.
Entry. Let's see. That one is the one there is a pretty sturdy looking wooden door.
So we got a wood door with fire over it at the end of the hallway.
No, it's just a spectral light to see maybe a torch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a spectral torch, but that's got a blade trap down the hallway or right in front of it.
When you hit the door, it triggered
Okay.
back up the hallway toward us, I think. Is that right?
Brandon?
Oh, it covered the whole hallway. It covered, and I'll do this in yellow.
But it did go the length of the hallway or across the hallway?
Did not go the whole length of the hallway, but it if you were anywhere like south of that hallway, that would if you were anywhere south of this passage,
It would have cut you up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, the keyholes are the only thing we know about being able to disable these things.
Yeah.
Do you want to throw down one down the other hole? Everyone to the
Yep,
side.
Everybody get off to the side, and I chuck a ball bearing at the green door.
Okay. To the west, let's see. Let's look at this one. All right. You are going to chuck a. How hard do you throw this ball bearing?
Hard enough to set off any trap that I can.
All right. Roll me a D100. All right. You chuck this ball as hard as you possibly can at this door.
Yeah.
And you don't hear a collision or anything. In fact, you don't see your ball anymore. It doesn't fall to the ground or anything. It just kind of.
It's just there.
No, it's not there. You don't know what happened to the ball.
Illusions, guys.
Throw another one, and I bounce it off the ground 10 feet from where I think the door should be.
Okay, so in front of the door, you bounce the ball so it's going to hit the door?
Yeah.
All right. You got 1,000 of these ball bearings. Roll me another D100. The ball again touches the door and disappears.
Did we hear it bounce?
Yeah, you did hear it bounce. You heard it bounce the first time. You don't hear it bounce after it touches the door.
We hear it touch the door.
No.
No, you do not.
Just the floor.
Okay.
I have a feeling this is where the cape was.
Want to send your owl through?
Maybe.
No, we don't know what's going to happen. You could kill him.
Well, that's the only way we can
Can't you-
see through what happens, right?
Can't we investigate for traps or something like this and try and disable them?
We could
Yeah,
just
I
go
just
around.
wave my arm around the corner, just like wave it for a couple seconds.
Nothing happens.
We could just
Alright,
walk.
that's boring.
We can
I
walk
take
around
my-
the corner up ahead.
I take
yeah,
my
well, I mean,
stick
if
and
nothing
I start
happened, we can just
whacking
walk around the
the
corner.
sides of the hallway, and I take a step in.
Yeah.
To which hallway? The green one or the yellow one?
Yes, the green one.
Okay. Yeah, whacking it at the sides of the hallway, nothing happens.
I'm basically using
actually-
it like a 10-foot pole, but it's only like 6 feet, and I'm like whacking it all around.
Make sure you check the floor too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use it
Uh,
like a walking stick.
We could go on around the corner up ahead. We don't have to deal with these doors yet.
Yeah,
Look,
but we don't know how to get through the.
Let's go one room at a time. Get
Lex
this.
doesn't say anything and literally just tries and goes around the corner. It's just like, hello.
Azur will move with which corner, Lex?
The yellow one.
All right, Azur will move with Lex down to the yellow corner. Letting her watch for traps.
I know.
As you are walking down this hall, you can see writing on some of these walls. You're not sure what it says. How far down this hallway do you go?
Just like up to right. Oh, wait. I think just like up to here.
Okay. Well, hold on. I'm gonna come back to the party that headed south. I'm handling Brom first in the western corridor, the green one.
So was it Brahm that saw the runes, the writing?
Yes, it's Brom who sees the runes on the wall.
I don't understand it, right?
You do
Right.
not.
Okay.
You mentioned that there's room.
Yeah, I say that there's writing, and does it look like the writing that was on the rest of the place? That was upstairs.
Oh.
All the runes that were upstairs on the obelisks and all that.
Yes, it does look like the same type of writing. It's not the same type of style. This is the difference between like seeing like an English paper, like an essay, and then seeing like an advertisement, and it's just like, oh yeah, that's English, but it's not the same structure of writing.
Okay, well, I tell them, hey, this looks like the same stuff, or same kind of writing, because I can't tell the difference between, like,
Yeah.
It all looks like the same. I know that it was primordial or whatever, because that's what they had said.
I would
Or-
go read
I know they could read it before, but I don't know what it was. So I just say, hey, Anaziah and Kaiath, you could read that before. You know what this is, and I just keep going, smacking the floor and the walls, making sure I don't trip off any traps.
As soon as I finish my unseen servant, I'll be there.
and I go and I read the wall.
Let's see. Is that me disconnecting?
No, that was Annie.
No,
Okay,
that was me.
cool.
Everything went silent and nothing happened, and my brain was
Okay.
like, ah.
So the other thing that I need to know for Brom, how far down this passage does he go with the stick?
All the way.
Okay, all the way to the door?
Yeah, like I said, I'm a doer. I'm just gonna do.
Okay, and he's going to try and push it through the door?
Yeah,
All right.
make things happen.
Okay. Roll. What is this? Roll me a Constitution saving throw. Or actually, roll me a Wisdom saving throw. DC 15 for Brom. And then, okay, cool beans. And then as far as Anaziah goes, Anaziah, when you step into this hall and you start reading this inscription, you're going to see that it says, in an empire of candles, those who sought to make us an inferno shall be confined to the black. And like as you're reading this, you turn and see that Brom has touched this door. Brom's whole form turns white, and he dissolves. Roll me a d6 for Brom.
Okay. D6.
Woo!
Brom,
It's really good or really bad, maybe.
you are in a room. The stick is in your hand. You have you have a loose idea of where you're at because you have like a small memory of this complex. You're
Okay.
in one of the prison rooms. You've been teleported.
Oh, yay.
Looking around this room, there is a dais in the center of this room and a coffin raised up on it. This dais is probably about 20 feet in diameter, and then a second level of it that is about 10 feet in diameter. All in all, this elevates, the things in this room nearly 6 feet off of the floor, each level of this dais raising 3 whole feet. That said, there are lights around these coffins, and you can see there is a pillar in this room. One of those obelisks that you saw earlier from outside that is just north of this dais. Looking back behind you, you can see the iron door that Lex was trying to unlock earlier. You're on the other side of it. There are 2 more doors in this room to the south. We will come back to you, though.
Okay.
In Isaiah, you see
Brom's dead.
dissolve.
Brom's dead.
Guess he died.
Yeah.
I go, problem.
All right, before we handle that problem, everybody that walked into that south passage, Lex, tell me what you were doing. It didn't stick in my mind. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time keeping up tonight.
I'm basically just walking around the corner and like visually checking to see if there's anything there, but mostly just looking ahead to see what's around the corner.
Okay, let's see.
And Azur is right, like, behind her.
Lex, you are
Oh no. This was a bad decision. I knew it was gonna be.
You are going to look around this corner, and you are going to see very modern-looking barrels, like barrels that don't match the building style or the stuff that you're encountering down here. Almost as if somebody brought them down here. That said, they are sealed and reinforced with metal bearings around our braces around the whole thing. Roll me a intelligence check looking at these barrels.
Can I see them at the same time then?
Yeah, Azure would see them too. You guys can both roll the intelligence check.
Lex does not know.
These are barrels of death candle sludge. Azure, these barrels are explosive, and somebody brought them down here, presumably to blast open passages of this tomb. You can see, let's see, is there a dead body in this corridor?
We need a meat shield, I would hope so.
No, there is not a dead body in this corridor. Whoever brought these barrels down here, you don't know who, but this hallway is stacked with them for probably about 20, let's see. Let me open this. So this hallway is 10 feet wide, and goes down 2, 4, 6, 8. This hallway is 10 feet wide and goes down 40 feet. Half of this hallway is filled with these barrels and it's supply crates, presumably of more explosives.
So Azur will put a hand on Annie's shoulder to stop her from going forward and explain it's probably all death candle sludge. You know what that is?
I have no idea.
Very explosive.
Problem! You guys hear Anaziah shout problem as you guys start discussing it.
So is a whole passage.
Are you sure that we can't take one of these to solve the problem?
Lexi
glances at the
don't touch it. Don't touch it yet. We don't know if it's stable. So is the whole of the hallway covered with these barrels and stuff, or is there a passage that you can walk in?
This hallway ends in a dead end. You can walk around these barrels, but you can see the end of this passage.
Strange. So there seems to be no doors or whatever.
No, the door was is that door straight to the south.
Gotcha. All right, Azur will turn around at that shout and go see what's happening. Yeah.
Follows.
Everybody getting back together. Anaziah is there holding his produced flame. There is no Brahm, but the party's together minus Brahm.
Did I see him actually touch the door, or did I see him disappear like down the hallway?
Saw him
Oh,
touch it, I think.
you were busy reading. You saw him start dissolving as like you were reading, and it's like, wait a second, what's going on with him? As players, I'm going to give you the information of like, I feel like it's pretty reasonable for Inaziah to assume he touched the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna approach the door and try and see what it is. Like, can I do like an arcane check or something to try and figure something out?
Go for it.
Oh, great. Yeah, naturally. Yeah.
These are, I mean, there's like, you lean down to look at the door. There is
Brum's dead.
light on it.
He disintegrated.
Different areas of the door light up in like rune-like fashion, and then you're just like, oh my god, they're death runes! Ah! And you just jump back before you.
I look at the part. I go, Brum disintegrated, guys. He touched the door and disintegrated.
What did he do? He touched the door, right?
I think so.
Lex goes to touch the door.
It's to his best to stop her. He'll try to stop her. He'll try to grapple her.
All right, roll me a contested athletics check. Athletics check by Azure, and well, I was gonna say for Lex, it's a acrobatics if you want, but yeah, that's fine.
That
Lex,
works.
you're able to shove off Azure, and you grab the door. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Damn it!
You feel your body
That's
starting
not a good
to,
idea.
Yeah, you feel your body starting to be like ripped apart, and just like the bindings that make up your reality just being warped. Same thing for Lex. Your Lex just turns into like a dim white light, dissolves. Roll me a d6, Lex.
Oh, yay.
Did you roll it already, and we're just waiting on the lag, or do you want me to roll it?
He's working on it.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to do it. I think that's how you're supposed to do it. I don't remember. I don't think I did it right.
There's an advanced roller thing on the left. Can you click the dice thing?
I can roll it for you.
Oh, thank you.
No problemo. Lex.
I don't think that's very good, is it?
It's a different room, probably. That's all.
You
Uh-huh.
are you are going to appear. You are in a very large open room. In the center of this room, there is a dais. There are 2 levels to this dais, and on the dais there is a coffin that is raised up. The whole.
Oh, I do not like that.
Yeah, the whole thing is probably elevated about 6 feet off the ground. Again, there's one of those obelisks There's one of those obelisks that are from the that you saw outside of this area. What else is in here?
Is there
and that
anything
is standing
valuable?
over the south side. Looking over the walls of this place, you can see that the walls of this room, there are tapestries that are hung from it that are in really good condition as compared to some of the other things that you have seen here.
Okay. I'm not gonna touch anything.
Did she see any doors or anything?
Oh, yeah. That's
there are
also
doors.
important.
Let's see. For
Can I go
you,
over to the door? I think. Yeah.
the doors? There's a door on the western wall, and there's 2 doors on the northern wall.
Which
Before
one's
you
closer?
do, the 2 doors on the northern wall. Before you go to those,
Okay.
let's go back to the party. Lex is dead.
All right. Hi, I died.
You guys see Lex.
Azure is shaking his head.
Yeah, you guys see Lex touch this door, turn to a white light, and then dissolve.
Kaya, do you know what happened?
Has Kaya finished his unseen servant spell?
Oh, yeah.
Just casting that spell.
Yeah, Kaya has finished it.
Alright, we now have an invisible servant who can help us touch things without us having to touch them ourselves. So what's happened?
Two people were dead, apparently.
And Black disintegrated.
What?
They touched the door.
Hmm.
I couldn't stop her. He frowns.
But I was making a servant to touch the... No. Okay, which door?
This,
That one.
This one.
Don't touch it.
I won't touch it. Can he inspect it without touching it and see if he can discern any things or something?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll me an intelligence check. I'll allow it as Arcana if you want.
I'll aid him. I have Arcana at 0. I don't have the skill though. I can't aid, I guess. Never mind.
Okay. So for Kaya, with that check, what's going to be a 17, you are able to tell. Let me pull up this trap.
So psionic skill improves every intelligence check?
Yeah, one of the feats lets you do that. He's burned 2 feats on this thing.
Wow.
All right. So when you are inspecting this door, you can see that there are 3 different crystals on this door that seem to be working in conjunction to another. The shifting rune that you see on the door is kind of like a security sequence that is supposed to scramble and get people lost inside of this complex. You can tell that this is a teleportation trap. If people touch it and they don't have the right sequence, they are going to be teleported to who knows where.
And if they do have the right sequence, it would open the door, presumably?
Yes. Presumably opening the door or presumably moving to the other side of the door.
Well, good news, everybody. This is a teleportation door. Send people to random parts of this somewhere if it is done incorrectly. And if done correctly, maybe it opens or maybe it takes you to the space you meant to go, such as the other side.
In other news, there's death candle sludge around the corner.
How much?
A lot.
Has anyone used it before?
It's very explosive.
I should avoid that.
Yes, you shouldn't go anywhere near that hallway, thank you.
I wonder if my servant can start rolling a barrel somewhere and we can set it off and try and blow open a door.
It may collapse the entire hallway, but...
Or the entire structure.
We could try and... You got some of that liquid from the fountain? Maybe we can drink some of it and see if that will give us the code to this door?
Well, it may be our only way out of here, for one person at least, if we were to put it into a basin.
We could try and open the door to the south? Nope, we've lost Lex. We've got Nyoka still.
The only thing I saw to the south was the sludge, but I haven't gone all the way down. It just seemed to dead end.
There is a wooden door to the south too.
There is that one, but it had the blade problem.
Is there anything behind the sludge? Or is it blocking that way?
I haven't moved the barrels, but there seems to be just a dead end hallway there, a ways down. Wesley, are you here with us? Haven't heard a word from you. Okay, well. Yeah, so lots of different doors, different things. Could use a sludge if you want to try. I don't know what'll happen.
I think I suggest to move some sludge to the first door, try and blow it open.
Okay.
And let's try and do the same with the wooden door.
Well, I could maybe just try and burn down the wooden door.
How far away can you be while burning things? Because that was a pretty good amount of blade.
Yeah. I don't know how well this will work, but I could cast Firebolt. I could do it from 120 feet.
Did I notice any fumes from the barrels when I was near there?
No, you did not. The barrels were sealed.
And how far back was the first barrel from that door?
From the door, 10 feet.
So the barrels are only 10 feet from that door. Don't make your fire too big now.
Yeah. Well,
Kaya, go ahead if you want to try it. We might block our way to that basin, though.
If NSA is going to try and burn down that door, I think we should go right to the other end of the corridor. Because maybe it will set off that sludge.
All right.
Azure nods and runs north all the way.
I will.
Back. So I'm assuming you're backing up to the green hallway, and then looking at the southern door and casting Firebolt. Give me an attack roll at the door. All right, that is going to hit the door. The door is going to burst into wooden shrapnel as you blast it apart.
Azure hits the deck. Covering his head.
Well, there's no explosion. And the door is gone.
Excellent work, Anasaya.
Alright. Azure
we
will turn
try
around.
calling our friends? Kaith will just yell out loudly, "Brom! Lex!"
Oh, actually, I meant to handle that. So, Inazaya, you shoot the door. The flaming wooden shrapnel of it flies off in every direction.
Fuck.
You see a piece fly off westward towards the barrels. It flies out of your vision. That said,
Oh no.
Duck!
let's jump over to Brahm, because he's been the one waiting the longest. Brahm, you hear footsteps on the other side of the door, and then you hear the sound of metal slamming against the ground.
Yay!
You can hear your companions on the other side of the metal door that you're on.
I pound on it.
what do
I
you
run
wanna
over
do?
to the. You can hear me, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
run
can.
over to the door and
Okay.
pound on it.
Yeah, I run over to the door, start pounding on it. I say, "I'm in here."
Okay. Well, about now, Azure is laying on the ground, covering his head there, and waiting for explosions.
So Azure and Kaya. you guys
I
hear
see the
from
piece
on the
fly
other
over,
side of
and
the
I'm
door.
going to be running as far away as I can. So I'm trying to join up. But
Okay. Yeah, you guys hear Brahm pounding on the other side of the door.
Brom!
Azure will say, "Not now."
Get down!
Why? I'm behind the big metal door. What am I getting down from? I start giving a description of the room that I'm in, and then I go up to the coffin that's on the dais. Is there any writing on there?
There is. There's writing above the doorway. You don't understand it. There is
Okay.
also marks on the coffin. Again, you don't understand it.
And is the
Don't touch
coffin
anything?
is the coffin closed?
It is closed.
Okay.
You can roll me an intelligence check for free.
Okay. Just intelligence, not a. Okay. I'm not very smart.
Yeah, you remember. You remember out of the 6 rooms, one was unsealed. Which room that was, you don't remember. Otherwise, yeah, looking at this coffin, it is the resting place for somebody.
Kaith will send the unseen servant around the corner where the death candle sludge is and say, go and put out any fire or bring any burning embers back here.
Okay. Is it smart enough to do or commands? I think it can only handle a command. It can put out fires or it can bring out embers. Which one do you want?
Put out fires. And I think I have to stay within like 60 feet of it or something.
Is there... I go back over to the door. Is there a way to open the door from the inside?
There is. You are going to see something similar to those patterns of runes you saw on the door in the that led to that central chamber in the green passage. These ones are not lighting up. You're not sure how to activate them, but you're pretty sure if you can find the right sequence, you can just simply open this door, just from what you remember from that moment you had all of those memories in your mind. You can try and open it, and I guess what I'll do is I'll just roll you a percentage die. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, you start tapping things. How many times are you willing to try?
I'm in a room that I can't get out of all by myself with a dead guy.
Infinite, I guess.
Yeah, until I get out of the room.
That's very reassuring.
Yeah, you tap at these. 1, 7, 8, 8, 8, 8. Nothing happens. You run your
Would
hand
totally
across
go
it,
1,
happens.
1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Punch this. Nothing happens. You slam your head against it. Nothing happens. Finally, you just like sink back with your back against the wall and sit down on the floor. The door begins to come alight, and you're going to hear a. The door has unlocked, upon which you can pull it in if you want. That said, you have no idea how you unlocked it.
I open it.
Your 5th attempt was a 99 on the percentile.
Wow.
But yeah, you don't really understand what happened, but it is open.
He struck a magical vein with his cranium when he leaned back against the wall.
That said, Kaya, you are able to put out that piece of shrapnel. It landed ridiculously close to these barrels, not close enough though to actually set them on fire.
Oh, thank God.
I look at Azure and Isaiah and I say, "Hey, that hallway leads to like some kind of teleportation thing. It's dangerous."
We know. What's more dangerous is the sludge around the corner.
Well,
That might be on fire.
That's why I'm down here.
Kaith will walk back around and saying, "We've got it. We're all clear."
I also like the imagery of Brahm opens the door, sees Azure covering his head on the ground, and Isaiah running back, and Kyleth running toward the other way. Just
yeah. See, So what's more dangerous, the crazy teleportation door, or the stuff that could explode? Where the two guys who have way more health than the wizard who's running towards it.
Okay, well, less talking. Let's find Lex. And Ezra gets to his feet and starts to head south.
Hi. I may be dead.
Was there anything of interest in that room, bro?
Yeah, lots of stuff. You want to check it out?
What were we looking for again? We are here to retrieve.
Actually, yeah, what are we here to get again?
Yeah,
to retrieve an item. I just forget what the item is.
Item or
I
two.
thought it was 2 items.
Tapestry?
It was,
The tapestry and...
yeah, it was a tapestry, and then there was one other item.
Is it a staff?
Darn you, card. This is why. So I'm pretty sure because I remember I had the tapestry plan, and then you guys bullied her into a better contract, and so I have on my card tapestry plus dungeon artifact.
Oh, right. It was some sort of artifact she didn't name or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like if you guys come across something valuable, of like high-end wear, that would probably suffice. As for what you guys have seen so far in these chambers, the rest of the party, the chambers you've been walking down, the walls have been covered in blood. What tapestries are here have already been looted or are completely ruined. Lex is the only one that's came across like really nice intact tapestries. Speaking of which, let's jump over to Lex. Lex, you're going to the doors on the north side of the room?
Yeah, because they're closer.
Okay, let's see. All right. I'm gonna roll a evens. That one odds. Okay. Cool. There are 2 wooden doors towards the north. You can see the stonework around one door to your left is cracked, and the stonework towards the one to your right seems fine.
Okay. Just a quick reminder, we came here for like tapestries?
Yeah, your employer asked you guys to pick up some items for her while you were here that she can sell, and she was going to pay you accordingly for them.
Okay. I'm gonna see just real easily if the door is like open from the inside, and if it's not, I'm just gonna start walking around and collecting the tapestries.
So there is both of these doors can open inwards. Give me an investigation check. Roll me 2 for each of these doors. I think that's the easiest way to do this. All right. Yeah, both of these doors are going to open inwards. Looking through the keyholes of these doors, the keyholes go straight through to the other side. You don't really wholly understand how these locks work. You can attempt to pick each one of these open.
I'm gonna do that then.
However, there are mechanisms on the back of the doors that, again, you don't understand how they work. Same thing like with Brahm.
I'm just gonna try one of the doors, and if that doesn't work, like I said, I'm just gonna go around and try and get the tapestries.
Okay. Which one do you want? The left or the right? I didn't hear you. Did you want the left or the right?
The right.
All right. Roll me a check. It is a thieves' tool check.
Okay.
So the one on
Very
the right,
not.
you are going to. The door itself isn't that grand, but you still don't understand the locking mechanism of it. It is very difficult for you to open. That check does not open it.
Alrighty. I immediately give up and go and try and get the tapestries down because I want them.
Okay. Going to the walls and I guess just like shaking and ruffling these tapestries. Eventually, you're able to get. Let's see. I'll say you're able to get 2 of them down. These things are. There's only one you can carry, kind of like a scroll that's almost like a banner or like a tabard or like a flag that is vertical. It's about 3 feet wide and it rolls down maybe 12 feet or so. The others are probably about 8 and 9 feet wide, each of just like these massive intricate woven cloths with these different winding design patterns on them. You're able to knock 2 of them down, but it's a lot for Lex to carry even one of these.
Yeah.
Like,
Lex is just
imagine
gonna,
carrying a giant rug that's like just slightly lighter than a rug. Yeah.
Lex drags the slightly uglier side on the ground as they drag it over to the door.
Can't you just sit against the door?
Yeah, just kind of drags it. It's too heavy.
Okay. All right. So, Flex just drags his tapestry to the door and sits there. That's fun. The dungeon has defeated Lex.
As much as Lex loves to explore, they kind of stop at like a dead body in a coffin because that's just weird.
You're chilling with one now.
We'll jump over to the rest of the party. Do you guys want to? Normally, we try and end up in about 15 minutes. Do you guys want to end here, or do you want to go for another 15 minutes? I can't guarantee we'll have a good stopping point.
Let's go. Let's keep going.
Okay. So the party, you are in a large room. There's a dead body on a or rather not a dead body, a coffin on a raised dais and an obelisk over it. The obelisk is producing a small dim aura of white mist above it.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the coffin and look around for inscriptions and writing.
Okay.
And Azura's gonna call in. I think this one's sealed.
Yeah, I'm guessing this is what an intact prison looks like.
I'm gonna look at the other 2 doors that are in the room.
There is so Anaziah, looking and inspecting the coffin, you are going to see here lies the one who first communed with the voice. Augur of the Black Temple, damned to rest for eternity. What will this guy's name be? Does he even need a name? I don't think they need names. It's fine.
I'd be translating this out loud.
Okay, Ezra will listen and see if he recognizes something.
I vote that we don't open the seal.
I'm not saying open the seal, it's just that's what the coffin says.
Any history or insight from my interaction with undead or anything?
Alright, I did give this guy a name. His name is going to be Kareth Ishirati Kelkai.
Sounds like your cousin,
Would
Kai.
I get an insight?
Sounds like
Maybe
a
it is
stand-up guy.
I'm gonna have to watch the video because I missed that entire explanation.
So yeah, Brandon, do I recognize anything from the description of this black people or whatever?
Yeah, hey, you can have a free history check.
Thanks.
So kayak history is lost as far as like the internal events of the kayak empire. What is well known across the world, though, is how the kayak empire fell. Azure, you are very well aware that the kayak empire was basically in a 2v1 situation and fighting like a huge losing war. Some people inside of the empire had the thought to summon ancient destroyed shatterers of the past, and as basically kind of like a last gambit of like mutually assured destruction of we'll just all die. Somebody within the empire interrupted the ritual and stopped it and caused the empire basically to lose the war and be condemned to destruction. That said, reading things like this of summoners and people communing with voices from beyond and eternal rest for the dead, it's not far-fetched to think that this might be the tomb of the people who had that idea of just like, let's summon unimaginable evil to destroy our enemies and ourselves. And it's like, let's just die instead.
Okay, so Azur will relay that he thinks that these are the people that wanted to destroy the whole world instead of be defeated by two opposing armies. And they were going to summon some nasties and make that happen, but got interrupted.
Terrifying.
First person that touches the lid of that coffin gets his ass kicked.
I look at you.
Shall we try
Alexis
and
is
find
there.
Lex totally would have started scooting over to touch it. Now that there's more people to save them when they accidentally almost kill themselves, yeah, they'll be fine.
Alright, so there's no other free-floating objects in here, just this coffin, right?
Yes.
Alright, and he was going to look at the other two doors, I believe.
Let's see, there's two doors that lead to the south passage. You don't notice anything on these doors that might indicate that they're trapped. Do you grab the handle of them?
Well, if I might make a suggestion, let's knock on the doors, see if Lex responds.
The doors to the south, as like Bram grabs one and Azure grabs another, they are both locked.
Oh, wait, is it?
These, however, let's see. This one is a good wooden door and a stone door.
Can I hear it?
No, you cannot hear.
Yours were
You
both
cannot
wooden.
hear anything.
Can you
Let's see. Nyoka is going to try and unlock the wooden one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Nyoka is going to finagle with this door. You see him kind of just get really, really intense in that way that lizard folk do when they go about their crafts, until finally he gets it open. At that, he's going to say, "Of course I can, boss."
Excellent work, Nyoka.
Opening the door into, let's see, the southern passage. What's in here? Oh, okay. This heads south. You guys can see there is a north entry. Just give me 1 second. I'm just lining up all of these doors. You can see that there are 2 statues over the passageway to the south. They are 2 maiden statues, and in one hand they are holding those crystals, Kayeth, you saw embedded in that green door. And then in the other hand they have those spectral flames that have been lighting all of these passageways. They each have their 2 hands to the side lighting this passageway. On the door, you see another one of those shifting sequences.
Oh.
Azir pulls out his water skin and offers it to GB.
To see what the sequence is. Alright, Kayeth will take a drop of the liquid from the water skin to see if he can figure out what the right code is.
Alright, so you don't have very much of this, so you're not going to have the overwhelming insight Brahm had. So you are going to drink this, and then very quickly this complex is going to flash through your mind. The 6 chambers around this huge central chamber, each of these obelisks in each room, 6 obelisks in the main chamber, then the different people that are laid to rest at different parts of this place. And this, the main focus of this tomb is to stop people from getting inside and resurrecting any of these bodies. And then just like that, like everything is going to fade from your mind. You can roll me an intelligence check of what Kayeth is able to remember. All right, Kayeth, with an 18 on that, is going to try his best to get like
Before I heard the result, I said I wanted to use inspiration on it.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't hear that, but yeah, with the 25, Kayeth is going to just like stop, think. It's like, I got it. I'm in. You are able to walk to one of these sequences, and you are going to be able to compose the concepts that you need to unlock the door. Holding your hand on different runes as they come up, and eventually it's almost kind of like a twister situation of this hand here, this finger here, this hand here, wait 10 seconds, this one here, and then after a few moments, the crystals are going to light up, and you're going to see just the rune in the center of this come lit. The door itself, you hear just different contraptions unlocking. You are assumed or you can assume that this door is unlocked and the teleportation trap is disabled.
Ooh.
Kaif will step back and gesture towards the door.
Well done, wizard. Zura will step through with his sword.
Ram is right behind him.
All right. As you step into this place, let's see. This is a big room, and I think this will be a cool room to stop on. This room extends in every direction. You can, well, not every direction, to the southwest. Southwest, yeah. Straight south. As far as you possibly can see, your footsteps echo. And you see almost like stars, these different little spectral flames at different points in this chamber, just providing dim light. In the far center of this room, you can see this massive stone wall of jagged arcane stone that cuts this room in half. You can see a statue, miniature compared to the one that was in Ziwatecas, but compared to you guys, it is massive, maybe 30 feet tall on its own. It is kneeled over on one knee, and its hand is on the ground, crashing through this stone wall. The statue itself is completely motionless, but you can tell that there is the remnants of a fight here, as there are several dead bodies around the fist of this statue, and that where it broke through the wall. You can tell other people made it through to this center chamber, and whatever this thing was killed in upwards of, from what you guys can count immediately, 5 people. 5 people who are probably really good with magic, judging from just what you can see. That said, there are 4 obelisks in this room on this side of the stone wall. In the distance, you can see a red light coming from over the wall, and one of the obelisks in the southern side of this room casting light. You can also see the obelisk near you casting white light from it. None of the other obelisks are emitting any form of light. That said, how about we end here for the night?
Yeah.
Hey,
Unless you want to go on.
Yeah. All right. Great job, everybody. This dungeon, it's always more fun for me, I guess, and Dungeon Masters in general, to run trap dungeons, because you don't have to worry about as much initiative stuff, and they still put out like lots of damage and things. So you guys beat 3 different traps tonight. You beat an arrow trap, you beat a teleportation crystal trap, and you technically never beat the trap, the glaive trap.
But we can get past it, I do believe.
Seems to be exploded.
There's no more door.
Yeah, there is no more door.
So we could just
I don't
simply
know.
walk past it and not activate the trap, correct? Would that not be beating the trap?
Maybe.
Yeah, we did discover what it did and decided how to disable it.
Yeah,
technically.
We'll see.
And we did not explode. We did not all explode in a fiery ball of death.
And nobody
Thank
died.
goodness.
That's the important part so far.
Nobody died, and that's all that matters.
I'm going to give you experience for defeating 2 traps, and I'm going to give you guys story experience. I'm going to give you 1 tick of major story experience for Lex. Lex recovered a tapestry that Simmer wanted, and I'm going to give you major story experience in that you guys are rather you guys have found out what this kayak rune is. It is a prison complex meant to keep the dead.
Yeah.
That said, I'm going to say 2,000 experience for tonight's session.
All right.
My total is 13, 8, 22.
Yeah. And inspiration for I'm going to say inspiration for Brahm for being a doer and Lex for being a doer. Just like, this door's shooting arrows all the time. Pick up the corpse. Let's go, Lex!
Let's go.
No, I will say, picking up the corpse was my idea.
It was very good
but
meat
nobody
shield.
volunteered to do it, so Brom just did it.
Yeah, I picked up
Lex
the corpse. I said I'm
Lex
gonna
doesn't
block
really
the
think
arrows,
ahead.
and then you're like, "Hey, take the corpse and run out at the arrows." All right.
You know,
Lex and,
Honestly, Lex
Brahm.
totally would have just run just like that. So it's probably that you had the meat shield.
First one's for Lex, second's for Brahm. But Lex and Brahm would make great World War I soldiers. Of just
Oh my god.
absolutely fearless charge.
Grab
So I
that
got-
and go!
I hate that that's
so
real.
I just get extra experience.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And since you guys are a little higher level, I'll move that up to 100 experience for Brahm. Or I'll move it to 150, because I think that's where it needs to be relevant. Alright, in your guys' next session, let's be very open and talk to each other. Your next session's on the 22nd. I'm actually flying back to Seattle on the 22nd, so I don't think I can dungeon master that. But if you guys want to,
I have an event that day as well.
okay, cool. Let's talk about this in your channel chat. That way we can have Shelby as a part of these conversations.